Hey yo, what's up? And today we're going to be running through the second part of our journey through Monarch's Bluff, getting you some insight into some of those elite mobs and elite areas, as well as hidden chests and some in-between info. So as always, if you do enjoy this video and my other videos, make sure to hit that subscribe, like, and comment. I would love to hear your feedback on any series that I have been making recently on New World. So let's jump into the second part of Monarch's Bluff right now. As you're leaving the settlement, you'll find some areas that you might be interested in. So let's go check those out. So if you're exiting the east side of the camp, you'll find yourself at the Monarch's Bluff village as well as Crone's Rest. So here you can find some turkeys, some does as we just ran up past, as well as some lost. So you'll kill these lost, you'll find, some notes, which are great for XP, as well as provision crates. So these will give you materials to craft your food, your rations, everything in between that'll keep you alive. As well, we've got a supply crate here. And on top of that, another note. So more XP for you, as well as some lore there if you are interested. One thing that I did not mention for that low level, so if you are gathering these raw meats, right, you can actually put them in your toolbar. So this allows you to gain HP over time as you eat them. You can actually eat raw meat and not get sick or hurt by it. So it is a great thing to use if you do not actually have, the materials to craft these rations or food in general. So make sure you're utilizing that. You can actually put any single thing in your toolbar that is a square. So if you have it, make sure to utilize it, and if you need it, there it is. And to continue, you can actually put that water in your toolbar to withstand some encumbrance. So encumbrance is when you're overweight and you actually just, you walk along. You can't run, you can't dodge, and you cannot actually use your abilities. So make sure that if you do have a lot of water or some sort of material that you can put in your toolbar, make sure you do. It takes the weight off completely and allows you to run. Continuing along here, you'll find a few more crates as well as some more lost. Cut these guys down, you'll grab some more crates, and you'll find some more stuff. So stockpiles are pretty big. They'll give you a decent amount of stuff. As you can see there, we got some gear for you to check out. There and there. So as we are making our way to the southeast, we're going to find some hemp here on the outskirts of Crone's Rest. This will help you out with clothing, as well as a few of those town board quests as we talked about. Additionally, you'll find some herbs here that you can pick up and grab those cooking mats that you cannot find in a lot of other territories, so make sure to do that as well. We've got a little cow here. We'll take this down and see what we get from it. And we got some rawhide and red meat, so always good to have on hand. If they are in that raw form, you can eat them again. If not, make sure to utilize those to make your rations and anything else that you do need in Eternum. So as we're making our way through the Devil's Quarry to the south of Crone's Rest, you'll find a few mines here. This will actually hold, iron ore, a bunch of stone, some lost or corrupted to spice up the area a little bit. But a lot of great stuff for you to find out there. Continuing on for a few materials here, on the left you've actually got a spawn for a epic moat or some sort of potion material, so make sure you're looking out for those. This branch signifies those as blight moths or spark beetles or anything else that can be of that epic tier 5 material. So as we're running along, you'll actually see that there are some fast travel spots. So fast travels are using Azoth to fast travel to these spots. So they won't actually show up unless you go to them. So mark them on your map. Make sure that you've got them when you're traveling through Eternum. There are a bunch throughout the map, as you can tell, and there are definitely more than what I have on this map. So they definitely help out. Make sure to keep your Azoth from expiring too fast by positing all your stuff. As you can see, I'm pretty high in weight and it will cost a decent coin to travel if you are high in weight. So reduce this as much as possible, put that stuff in your storage and teleport to wherever you need to through fast travel. As we're making our way to Antares down here, we found ourselves some shock bulb. So this allows us to gain some air motes as well as that shock bulb stem, which creates potions for you. So make sure to gather all these. There's about 4 here. There's probably a few more down the way, and they are great for that. So as we enter Antares, we're going to find ourselves some soul sprout. This will again give us some motes to use for gem crafting, as well as just upgrading, those orbs that you will find through stone crafting, and a few other things throughout your time in Eternum. So make sure to gather as much as you can. We'll kill some ancients here and see if we can't find a chest or two. Here's one right here. Boom. So as we're cutting our way through these lost, you're going to look over here to the right. You're going to find yourself a little elite. So these guys are pretty high level, so make sure that you are of the level that these guys are. If you can solo content, definitely use the hatchet. It helps out a ton through Berserk, just because it gives you that on-heal ability as well as damage reduction when you actually get hit. So perfect to use at lower levels when trying to tank some mobs. Let's see what we get from this ancient coffer. Got some iron arrows and some crossweave. Decent stuff for crafting there, as well as some ammunition. Some more soul sprout on your way out, as well as a little river crest for that water moat. So in comparison with other areas, this one is actually fairly big due to the water on this side, as well as the land that you can actually travel through. So it goes all the way down here as well as all the way up to the top. You'll find a lot if you do start in this zone, so be ready to trek your way through it. There are a lot of things that you can find throughout it, but just be prepared to use those fast travels if you can, as well as run around a lot. So as we make our way towards the middle right of the territory, that east-southeast, we're going to find ourselves a little farm. So farms will actually give you, those provision materials that you will need to craft those rations and potentially those attribute giving foods. So let's see what we can find here. We've got ourselves some squash. So this is useful for a lot of those tier 2 rations as well as meals. There's also some blight for some soul motes. As well, we have found ourselves some barley, which is very, very useful. As well as that, we have found ourselves some corn. So this is, again, very, very useful for those provisionary quests as well as provisionary meals. Make sure to grab them. Let's slash this guy down. Ooh, we dropped something for us. Ooh, Vial of Suspended Azoth. So these vials actually give you Azoth. As we look at the bottom, we have a cap of 1,000 in beta. So if we use this, we gain 50. So each vial is 50. So make sure to utilize those if you do find them. If not, and you find yourself full, make sure to put them on the trade post. Let's see what we can find in this supply stockpile. We've got ourselves a little scout helm, so 1 helmet and a material from that chest. You'll find a few chests throughout here, as well as a bit more in provisionary items. Some carrots here as well, so check it out and find what you need. So as you are running through Monarch's Bluff, you will find a few portals. They do actually damage you pretty heavily because they are of the level of 35, so be careful for those. Make sure to stay out of the range of that corruption, as it will tick you down fairly fast. They can spawn some pretty scary stuff, so be careful. What up, Mr. Stag? Ooh, that's a bear. That's a big old bear. Oh, missed the poison. Don't hurt me, Mr. Bear. Don't hurt me. So as we are going along here and past those portals, we have found ourselves the lodestone lair. So we'll find some iron outside as well as some wire fiber. So this wire fiber is actually the highest tier of silk that you can find throughout the game. So if you are that 175, there's some here, but otherwise just pass it by. You'll get there sometime. As we get to this lodestone lair, we're gonna find ourselves an elite mob here. Bears in general are very, very scary. So let's see what he can do to us right now. So we have got, his pound attack that's coming in. That applies a bleed that lasts 10 seconds. There's the pound attack. That actually knocks us down. So be very careful going against bears. Best way to do it is to try and get on their backside as much as possible, dodge roll as much as possible, and try to burn them down as fast as you can. Healing off of that, we have got ourselves some saltpeter. So saltpeter is used for those bullets. If you do find other caves that have it, make sure to grab it if you are using the musket. Other than that, you can create a few things with other materials here, like gold vein. So gold vein is used for those precious mats on jewelry, and that's where you can find it here in that lone stone layer on the map right there. So again, as you're leaving these areas, make sure to search around on the opposite sides. We've got some more shock bulb as well as some more iron here, so a lot of materials hiding away in the zone of Monarch's Bluff. Now we've made our way to Pollux. So this is another ancient area. We've got a few guys here that will slice down and see what we can find. So as we make our way into the center of Pollux here, we're gonna find ourselves another elite mob called the Verdant Regent. So we're gonna take this guy down as fast as possible. He can deal some decent damage. And we're gonna find ourselves the first chest in this area. We are now over encumbered, so we're gonna reduce that. But we did get a few things out of that. So make sure to grab that chest. We're gonna make our way up these stairs to the next mob, who is also a elite. We're gonna knock him down level 28, so be careful about this guy. He does have that shield and spear, so make sure you are cutting him down as fast as possible, breaking his guard with those heavy attacks, and getting him down. Got some ancient pants here. And now we're gonna look at this supply stockpile. This usually gives us some decent stuff. Nice, so we got a weapon and a piece of gear. So check out Pollux here on the map right after you go to Lodestone. If you are of the level of about 25 or a little bit lower, you could probably use that hatchet again to make sure that you stay alive in these situations. So as we make our way through the southern or southwestern area of the Monarch's Bluffs, we're gonna find ourselves in the Dead Men's Anchor. We're gonna find, you know, these crash ships that you can search, a little bit higher mobs as well, level 24. So let's see what we can find here. And we're gonna be running into the Montour Expedition. Again, these mobs are of the level of 24, so be careful running through here at a lower level. But let's again see what we can find. So we've got our first guy here. It's the Bloodheart Plank Splitter. So plank splitters do a decent amount of damage, especially when they have this damage increase as well as reduction on themselves. You saw there, he does that lunge forward. As you hit him, he should have some light up bulbs in the backside of him. You'll actually take him down fairly quickly if you are able to get those down, but it actually reduces your damage to him. So you'll have about 5 hits before you can deal true damage to him. So we'll take him down and grab his booty. So in this supply stockpile, we will gather a piece of equipment. We'll make our way up to the boat and see what else we can find. As we are climbing up here, we will find ourselves with some elite named mobs. This guy is named Madman Montour. So Montour's Expedition. We've got Cold Aura, so this allows us to slow down. As you can see there, we are running a little bit slower. If we get out of this, we can run freely. But once we are in here, we'll slow down a little bit. So this guy actually isn't even attacking us. Interesting. So you might be able to take him down as easy as I did there. But make sure to be careful. They are, again, that level 24 to 25. We got a little chest there, but there should be a bigger chest in the bottom or top. Let's go see what we can find. We found it. So it is past these 2 mobs here. We are going to find ourselves with another large chest, which should give us a weapon and a weapon, or a weapon and a piece of armor, or just 2 pieces of armor. As we see, we got a weapon and a weapon, 2 rapiers. Nice. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the ship here and see if we can't find something else as well. There's a lot of good stuff that you can find in the nooks and crannies of these places, as we have found another supply crate to end off the Montour Expedition. If you find yourself in deep water, as I am here after jumping off the Montour's Expedition boat, you'll see yourself dying from not breathing. So you cannot actually swim in New World. Make sure that you are able to, walk in water without, losing your breath. If you do find yourself losing your breath, try to use something to the sort of Berserk to bring your speed up when moving, or even Rapier with Fleesh. It will give you a little bit more distance in the water. So another area that we found in the Dead Man's Anchor, you're going to find yourself walking upon the Nautilus of Nunez. So let's go into here and see what we can find. A solid drop off the rip. Alright, so this area is a level 24. We've got a few lost here to cut down. Can already tell there will be a few chests to gather as well, whether it be provision or actually some armor and gear. So make sure to check this out. We can actually see down there that we've got a Geist that is elite mob, so there possibly could be some other Geists in this area, which is pretty cool. God dang it. Alright, that should do it for now. So let's kill off this Geist. It is electrified, so watch out for those strikes. As you can see, those red numbers, they do actually have an electricity thing on there. So if you do have elemental resistance on your gear, as you can see I have, it does help with those elements that you will get attacked by pretty significantly. So make sure to look out for those gear that has elemental resistance. So after you've killed that Geist, we do actually have another elite plank splitter here. Let's see how fast we can get him down. Again, these guys do a decent amount of damage, and especially reduce your damage with that power-up that they do, so look out for that. Oh, we actually had a chest behind him, so let's see what we can get. Nice, we've got some gear for you in that chest, so grab that when you can. So as we're making our way through to the Nautilus of Nunez, we have found the Dead Man's Cove. So the Dead Man's Cove is a level 25 elite area that actually requires, a group of 5. So be very careful running into here. If you can make it through here at higher levels, do so. Also, for leveling your weapons, it is a great way to level if you do have a group. So find your gang, find your party, do some work in here in the Dead Man's Cove. You will definitely reap the rewards. So as we make our way north in Monarch's Bluff, we're going to find ourselves at Trader's Hold. You can actually find a few chests as well as level 13 mobs here in the form of Lost. Let's go see what we can find in here. There's a few decent spots to check. We're going to make our way through the middle section here on the lower part to kill off a few guys here. And then also in the bottom, we've got a big chest and a few mobs here to slash down and grab some alchemy equipment, as well as a note, as you can see there. Oh, we're going for the stockpile first. Let's see what we get. Oh, nice. We got a fire staff and a piece of clothing. We also got that note, which will give you XP. And on the way out, we're going to grab this supply crate. This kind of wraps around, going to the top here towards the north and then back to the south and up through the caves. You'll find some iron and silver in there. But let's go up to the top here, as I think there is actually an elite spawn. So as we make our way up here, we will find ourselves next to another plank splitter. You guys know how these guys work. They've got that damage reduction as well as some big output of damage, so be careful around these guys. He's going to drop something for us as well. We've got a crate here for provisions, as well as another big chest and a ship to explore. So check that out as you're going through here in the Trader's Hold. You've got some solid gear out of that chest. As well as I stated before, you can go in here, find some ore, find some more enemies, and explore your way through the Trader's Hold. Let's get to the next area. So just northwest of the Trader's Hold, we're going to find ourselves next to the Gray Mist. So this is a ship that crashed. We're going to take advantage of that booty that dropped, and we'll see what we can find in this supply stockpile. We found ourselves 2 weapons, so make sure to grab those. Any stockpile that you find is always good to get, whether it be, you know, alchemy, provisions, or just a regular stockpile filled with that gear. As well, a lot of these mobs have been dropping gear as well, so check this out. Great spot to get some XP on your weapons and get some drops that you are looking for. As well, to the north of the Gray Mist, we're going to find ourselves in the Dagger. So here we're going to find some more level 12 Lost. There's also going to be, if I'm not mistaken, a boss up here for us to fight. A little elite named guy, so we'll see if we can find him here. Guess I am wrong. We're just going to find ourselves a few extra chests here to grab. So this is a great area to find some loot in. We've got some more supply stockpiles, as well as another crate down there for provisions. So make sure to come here if you are looking for some medium level loot, medium to low, correction there. It is a great spot to find some stuff for you on your journey through Eternum. Am I stuck here? Oh my god, did they not make a way to get out? If you do get stuck here, make sure just to jump up to here. You can actually climb a lot of the things that you wouldn't expect, so utilize that jump to your advantage. In addition to what we found on that ship, if you look over here to the right, next to the rocks, you'll find yourself Isabella's Absence. So again, continuing that story of Isabella, she is a huge part of the storyline as well as the continued storyline that you will find. So make sure to read up on her if you haven't already. Some great writing that New World and Lumberjack has done to the game. So as you've seen through your time with me going through the Monarch's Bluff, you've seen a few things that you may not have before. This zone in general for me is about a 2 out of the 4, so very high up there as far as zones. I could see a few people, you know, remaking their characters for here. It is a great low-level area to gather and make your character higher level. It doesn't have, you know, a lot of those higher level areas that you've seen in other zones like Everfall or Windsward, but it does have those areas that you can find gear as well as materials that you can't find in other zones. So check it out. If you did in fact like this video and the other videos that I've put out in the Territory Guide series, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback on this as well as other videos that I've put out recently. Coming up next, we have got our final video in this series going through Everfall, so definitely stay tuned for that. And to end off the video, we have got our open beta streams coming out on the 9th at 5 p.m. So definitely stay tuned for that on my Twitch channel. Links below, obviously, in every single video, so check those out. And I will see you live on Twitch on the 9th at 5 p.m. Central through the weekend. Hope to see all you guys there. And as always, have a great rest of your day. Peace, guys.